We've automated that. There's a script, says the confident executive. Adorable. I am Professor Whiskers, and I have knocked enough production toys off the edge to know a script is only a promise to a scheduler. Strategy is what remains after that promise meets scale, latency, and humans. Cron is the first rung, a time-based scheduler firing a job from a cron tab line with no memory beyond exit status. It exists because humans forget repetitive work. RPA arrives when those jobs multiply and hit screens with no API. Software robots imitate clicks, read selectors, and carry passwords. Organizations fumble this by calling a fragile recording resilience. I have seen a bot fail because a button became rounder. A bot can imitate a person, yet nobody has stated the process, only the path. A workflow engine states the path as a state machine: steps, retries, approvals, timeouts, and compensation. It exists because bots collapsed once scale meant exceptions, not repetition. Event-driven orchestration arrives when that runner becomes the bottleneck. Services emit facts to a broker, consumers react, and no runner holds the plan. This absorbs spikes and decouples teams until finance asks why an order vanished between topics. Many firms adopt the broker and keep the mystery. Events remove the traffic cop, then ask, when something is wrong, whose name is on it? Ownership means every automation has one accountable human, named in the scheduler, metadata, and escalation policy, not a platform team, not an ancient distribution list, a name with authority to pause, roll back, and delete. This exists because systems fail when everyone becomes suddenly spiritual about shared responsibility. The fumble is giving ownership to whoever answers chat fastest, which is how billing belongs to an intern's lucky keyboard. A name gets a human to the bridge. It does not prove what ran, what failed, or why. Observability is the boring miracle. Run identifiers, structured logs, metrics, traces, lineage, and alerts. It answers what ran, what failed, why, and whether retry 3 changed the answer. It exists because an owned black box is still a black box, only warmer. The fumble is storing logs like cat hair, everywhere compressed and unavailable during the incident. Good telemetry records intent, not just noise, so an empty success code stops impersonating health. Telemetry can explain every task and still miss whether the process itself ever completed. Automating a task makes one step reliable. Submit the claim, resize the image, charge the card. Orchestrating a process owns the outcome across systems, people, approvals, exceptions, and time, with compensation when step 7 must be undone. The difference is state with a business meaning. Companies fumble it by stapling 10 green tasks together and calling the red handoff between them culture. My tail has more end-to-end visibility. If orchestration is the claim, why does the building still run on jobs nobody can name? Meanwhile, in reality, an empire of unowned cron jobs hums under the floorboards. They live on a retired virtual machine named for a project nobody admits joining. One job sinks nothing into somewhere every 17 minutes, and finance flinches if it skips. Nobody dares turn it off because nobody knows what it does. Fear has excellent uptime. The trail leads to a person. The person left in 2022 carrying a muffin basket. Their handover was a file name, final underscore, real underscore, use this one dot shaki. Inside are 600 lines, 3 credentials, and 1 comment saying, do not touch, ask Martin. Martin is a calendar entry. That is not documentation. That is an epitaph. Judge every automation by 1 sentence. Automation you can't explain is a haunted house. I have one automation. Breakfast demands at 5 a.m. Fully documented. You've read the logs. I remain Professor Whiskers, unowned, observable, and unimpressed.